AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. We see y'all, man. You see out here. Let's go. Let's go. AllBall with the new background. Knicks with a new win. You hear me talking?
Just hold on before you go. She's in the building early. The beautiful, the lovely Miss Tori B. Gotta shout out the beautiful ladies. Y'all know the drill, fellas. Be respectful. Say hello to the beautiful ladies. Tori B, what's up? And I see you holding us down in the chat. That's right. Let them know.
You're gonna be complaining, huh? Why bother tuning in? Just live in your misery bubble by yourself.
That's right. Right.
That was a great victory, baby Bubba.
Yeah.
Huh?
Ball suckers. They did. They get her today. They deserve that. They deserve that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nah, that was tough. OG with the game winner? Kidding me? Let's stop playing around. Let's get right into this. Knicks 114-113 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. The no Riz Grizz. Y'all had the swag years ago, but not today. 25 from John Morant. He had a big second half, man. The first half, I'm like, yo, he's looking quiet like he did in the Garden. And he came back, stormed the building. 24 and 12 for Desmond Bane. Damn, good for you. 12 rebounds. That's crazy. 10 and 11 for Zach Edey. We'll talk about that in a second. 18 points for Jaren Jackson. Man, for a big dude, he got that AD complex, man. He got to step it up. Too big to be playing like that. Jalen Brunson, 23 points. Thought he had the game winner with that 3-pointer, took the lead, and John Morant hit the layup and won, took the lead back, and then Brunson drew a crowd AllBall. Huh?
Hey, hold on. They both in the building. The beautiful, the lovely Miss Darlene Bryant. The beautiful, the lovely Miss Tori B. Y'all know the drill, man. Say what's up to the beautiful ladies. How y'all feeling tonight? Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, man. Jalen Brunson. Again, this is what we talking about. I thought in that first quarter AllBall, Brunson saw the team wasn't going somewhere. I'm like, he's about to start hogging the rock. Nope. They kept pace. We were down by 10 in the third, came back. The first quarter, we were slow. Second quarter, we pulled back.
Hold on, Fabian. I'm so sorry. Gotta shout out the beautiful, the lovely, my brother Fish. Everybody, please say what's up to my brother, a beautiful soul. Fish, what up, baby? I'm sorry, Fabian. Go ahead.
It was tough. Nobody had 10 rebounds, right, on the Knicks? Nah. Because it felt like they were boxing us out. We ended up losing the rebound battle, right? 40-65. Memphis was just killing us on the boards. But it was a battle. It was. We got Mitchell Robinson back. That's really the biggest story aside from the game-winning shots. AllBall, what's your immediate reaction to this game?
I have nothing negative to say tonight. This is all we want as Knicks fans, to compete. That's it. I don't mind guys missing shots. See, I'm a gambling man. I play blackjack, right? And my rule is always make the right move and deal with the consequences. You can't be mad at yourself if you play the right way. You make the right play. You take a wide open shot and you miss. You fight, you compete. That's all we ask for. Tonight was an exciting game. I seen somebody say in the chat, and I've been saying it the whole season. The New York Knicks are the most exciting team to watch in the NBA. All the games are good. All the games are close. There's always some type of backstory. There's always some talking, going on in the game. But my overall reaction is that's what I'm talking about. Great win. Let's not forget, Tori B, you are correct. And We was on the road. This wasn't at home, y'all. We was on the road against a good Memphis Grizzly team. Who y'all, Fabian, you and Fleet always talk about that roster. Good roster. And like I said, they're second or third seed, playing great basketball. And let's not forget, we was in foul trouble. Hart, Cat was in foul trouble. So, nobody really had a great game. And we pulled out a win on the road. Happy to see Mitchell Robinson back. You could tell he's not in basketball shape yet. But I love just that one play where, he posted up, sealed this man off, got deep into the paint, and just went straight up with it. I love that from him. Also, you can tell that it's going to take a little time, but listen, man, he's going to be a big difference. Once he gets in shape and once, he gets 100% healthy, he's going to be the difference of us being able to compete with the top dogs. And that's all we ask for as Knicks fans, is to compete. Tonight, we didn't give up. Like I said, Brunson hit that big three and John Morant come back with the and one. But we didn't give up. The last play, this is what we need. I'm sorry, not Josh Hart. Brunson, excuse me. That last play from Brunson, that's what we want you to do. You're always going to get doubled and triple team. Kick it out. Now, even if OG missed that, it's the right play. It's the right play. That's how you give your guys confidence. That's the first time I've seen OG with any emotion ever.
Right.
Ever.
One of the few.
Right. So for me, this was a big win. Like I said, to get embarrassed last week and then come back and win back-to-back games. And like I said, against a good Memphis Grizzly team with a superstar in John Morant and a budding superstar in Triple J. I loved it, man. I loved every minute of the game. And like I said, it was on the road. Cat didn't have a great game. Josh Hart didn't have one of his typical games. And we still pulled off a tough win. Bridges still being inconsistent. Not playing great, but we still pull off a great win. Him playing that good defense on John Morant at the end. How long I've been saying it? Okay, you can get cooked all game, but when it comes down to the wire, we need you and OG to make those plays, those tough defensive assignments. Listen, man, tonight was a great game, and it just goes to show, we can compete with the better teams. We just got to play the right game of basketball. I'm still a little worried about Cat wanting to play on the perimeter a little bit too much. Every time I see him waving for the ball, he's at the 3-point line. So that bothers me a little bit, but we can talk about that a whole nother time. But great win. Great win, man. I have no complaints. Like I said, great win, great game to watch. And we're not even at full strength. And just 30 seconds on Mitchell Robinson. Happy to see he's back. Hopefully Tibbs will take his time with him. Don't rush him and throw him out there. Let him, because we got some games left. But wow. For us to get Mitchell Robinson a win coming right back, that's huge. Huge. But I just love the confidence that we showed at the end. The camaraderie, playing together as a team. And Jalen Brunson for once making the right play. Not trying to Bobby Brown this thing. Not trying to put it all on his shoulders and understanding you have some guys that can play the game of basketball and can score the ball. And OG did hit some big shots all game. So for me, this is all we ask for as Knicks fans. Compete. Don't give up. Play the right style of basketball. Because I'm telling y'all right now, Boston and Cleveland ain't going nowhere. So, tonight, great win, Fade, especially on the road. Tough win. I love it. Also keeps Tibbs off the hot seat.
1,000,000%. You read my mind. And you read in the comments, they see an AllBall going crazy out here after this Knicks victory. Going bananas. Going straight bananas out here. We ain't playing no games with these Knicks wins. You kidding me? Yeah. We going crazy. I think you hit everything on the nose. The Knicks fought back in the fourth quarter, like I said, being down 10 in the third. Started off slow, no rhythm. And it did for me, it pointed a lot to Cat Carl Anthony Towns. It felt like the game plan was as soon as you get the ball, shoot it. Because no matter
Right.
what, it was like there was no rhythm though. It was just like all right, just shoot it without the rhythm. You saw in the third quarter we hit the 3-pointer, maybe the
Right.
fourth actually. He hit this three and it was in rhythm. It was in stride. Going back to OG, I think OG he started off. He's trying to get back into basketball shape, and he looks so out of rhythm in the first quarter, and he just has like he had his hand-eye coordination. Like in baseball, they always talk about hand-eye coordination. Like Barry Bonds got the best hand-eye coordination, and OG got the best hand-eye coordination when it comes to deflections, getting steals, wrapping the ball up like that, blocking shots, changing shots. But when it comes to grabbing a rebound, like he just, I don't know how he fumbles them. And we used to see Julius Randle fumble a lot, but at least Julius will get you 8, 9, 10 boards a game. And that's really if OG could grab more boards, and y'all made this point a couple months ago, man. If he grabs 7 to 8 boards, it is a totally different team, a
Yes.
totally different player, because we don't expect you to perform like you did on the offensive end every night like this. This is the cherry on top. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is extra for us. So to see him fight through and then get more comfortable, you can see it. The way he finished at the basket. He was missing a lot of layups in the first half and last game too when he came back. But this game caught the layup. Then he caught the dunk in transition, if I'm not mistaken. And Mitchell Robinson, of course, coming back, caught a nice little dunk after sealing up his defender when Brunson kicked in the ball late in the post, deep in the post. Love seeing that lineup at the end. We can't talk any mess about Tibbs when he said, "Yo, Cat, Brunson, y'all got to sit down for these possessions. I don't care if John Moran hit this layup and one. You ain't coming back in that game." Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, OG, Mikal Bridges. That's a defensive lineup for us. Thibodeau got his players. When he has his players, he plays them. That's a 10-man rotation tonight. It looks like Precious Achiuwa was the odd man out. He only had 4 minutes. What was it? 15 for Shamit, 15 for Shamit, 11 minutes for Campaign, 12 for Mitchell Robinson, and 28 for Deuce McBride. Let's not forget him, man. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists,
Yeah.
2 steals.
Tough. Tough.
It's gonna be. This is when we're gonna get the most excited. Is that defensive lineup? If he can bring them into the game, because we're gonna shut down a lot of teams, or at least see something exciting. Because when Brunson and Cat are sitting down, you expect to go on a run, and they're going to be the ones that stop the other teams and let them show their best. Whoever we're playing, let them show their best version of themselves, and we're going to have to stop them, and we're going to have to see how we can stop them. And with Mitchell Robinson there, he's the weapon that we always thought he was. You know, Felice said he's sick of his speculation. He should be on here in a few, but I'm totally excited about that because Karl Anthony Towns, to your point, it's not the same Karl Anthony Towns from 2 months ago, 3 months ago. The
Nope.
wear and tear on his body. This is why people will say, like, they doubt when I'm speaking on somebody being a number one player. It's tough being a number one player. 82 games, day in, night out, no excuses. You got to go out there no matter what. And Cat isn't a number one guy like that. And you see, for us, that's why we championed Brunson last year. Like we were actually more in shock. We started comparing Trae Young, all these guys. All right, y'all got Trae Young. Well, I got Brunson. You got John Morant. I got Brunson.
Yeah.
Game in, game out, he's showing up. And it was a beautiful game from him. Even though we're used to him hogging the ball, even though people will rather see the 40, 50 points, that looks great. We've seen he could do that. But this kind of potential is the one that we are clamoring over because you're getting the whole team involved. To drive and kick on 3 guys like that, find OG in the corner who was working himself into the game was incredible, man. And Josh Hart hit a 3-pointer from the top of the key. Just a lot of these plays in a game that isn't, again, Tom Thibodeau-esque. We got smashed on the rebounds.
We got
65 to
killed.
40.
Yeah, we got killed on the rebounds. And remember, Cat is not even rebounding how he was rebounding 2 months ago. So there's some things that we really have to look at and watch. Hopefully, he's not injured. But like I said, tonight was huge, man. Tonight was huge. The return of Mitchell Robinson. Of course, we gotta, let him get acclimated slowly, get in basketball shape. Because, like I said, that speed, that physicality, practicing and playing in a real game is totally different. But I think Tibbs handled it. He didn't handle it bad at all. Like I said, he didn't. He took his time. Instead of just throwing him out there to the fire. Like you said, Precious Ochua may be the odd man out. That's what's going to happen anyway. But I think tonight, to me, it all boils down to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is the head of the snake. He's the captain, right? And
Sets the
we
tone.
go we go where he goes. So if he gets guys involved, makes the right play, we will win tough games like tonight. Like I said, that play at the end of the game, usually Brunson to try to take it on his own. And remember, he almost lost the ball. He made a little hezzy on Ja Morant, and he stumbled a little bit. So usually that jump pass from him would be a turnover. Somebody get their hand on it or he'd turn the ball over. But he made the right play. And I think if Brunson can do that night in and night out and give his players confidence, I think we'll be dangerous. I think we'll be dangerous. Like I said, we played the right way tonight. We could have easily packed it up. We on the road. It seemed like, remember, it was a while where we didn't score in damn near 5 minutes, not a field goal. And then there was a time where we couldn't get it. We couldn't get the lead up under 7. Every time we get to 7, they're pushing to 9. We get to 7. So for us to, fight. Listen, man. Big shout out to Deuce showing up.
That first half was him.
Listen, man. Mitchell Robinson. The importance of him is everybody now is in their proper position, and then now that gives us more depth coming off the bench, and it gives us some size. Because, like I said, we little, we small. But I think Tibbs did a decent job coaching. The at towards the end, the substitution sometimes that worries me because sometimes that backfires. Where you substitute and put the defensive guys in. Sometimes that can backfire, but I have.
But when do you see? I gotta ask you this. When do you would rather leave Brunson and or Cat on the court in those scenarios, back to back
Well,
defensive possessions to win the game?
it depends on how the game is going. Um, because like I said, sometimes it can backfire, and it almost did. John Morant got an air one. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I can be wrong in that situation, but I've seen that happen. A la, Greg Popovich takes out Tim Duncan, and y'all know the rest is history. So I'm saying it can work against you or it can work for you. I just was a little like, because remember, Mitchell Robinson just got back. So I'm like, don't put that much pressure on him. And look what happened. But tough win, man. Tough win. Like I said, on the road. This is a positive. And I think once Mitchell Robinson gets in real basketball shape, we're gonna be a force. We today gotta make shots. Um, Watching some of that Cleveland, Boston, knowing that's who everybody's gonna have to go through in the East. Or as we know now, don't have to worry about Philly, which we never really had to. Embiid is done. Um, Nobody fears Milwaukee. Like I said, you got the young teams that Orlando, Detroit, but I'm not worried about them. But Cleveland and Boston, that's what you got to go through. We have to make shots. We have to make shots. So
And
that's the only thing I'm worried about. Hold on, I'll let you cook. Brunson has to get guys involved because we're not going to win or make a deep run in the playoffs with him trying to get 30 and 40 a night. Tonight, like I said, he did a great job. And that play at the end, That's all I've been bragging and boasting about all season, Fabian. Now, maybe guys are not playing great because Brunson is not getting them involved in the offense. And like I said tonight, that kick out and OG showing that emotion. Listen, man, and I can't Deuce. You can't give Deuce enough props. Deuce is listen. He's coming off the bench and he's doing what he got to do. So now with Mitchell Robinson there, we got Mitch and Deuce coming off the bench. And then eventually, if Mitchell Robinson can get into that starting lineup, you got Josh Hart and Deuce coming off the bench with Precious. Listen, man. East Blue Drew, you're correct. Gotta start trusting our guys. Gotta start trusting our guys. But tonight, Fabian, great win. I have no complaints. Great win.
It's easier to trust your guys when they're trying like that too, and when they're all out there. Since when were we healthy? First time all year was tonight. And speaking of Cleveland and Boston, Cleveland came back. They were having a horrific first half against Boston. They come back and snatch that victory in Boston. So now we're, according to the standings, 2.5 games back from the Celtics, but really we're two back in the loss column because I don't see us having a shortened season. Knock on wood. 2 games back.
Yeah,
we win. We go on a nice little 9-1 stretch, 8-2 stretch. Mitchell Robinson's back. We start picking things up. I gotta slightly disagree with you about the end of the game. You gotta have your best defensive weapons out there. The way Deuce McBride is now, or in this game, was playing the passing lanes, he was getting in their head. He was making sure he jumped up, and he forced the defense to make him aware of him being around and make them even think about passing to his man. And it just changes your whole offense. Because now you gotta think of passing to Mitchell Deuce McBride's guy, and then you have Mitchell Robinson to worry about. Definitely a little rusty, but Deuce, Mikhail, OG, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart. You may have to sub out Josh Hart. You leave him in there because of the rebound. You want to secure the rebounds. But to your point, there are going to have to be games where we're going to see Mitchell Robinson and Cat in those end of the
yeah,
game defensive
yeah,
possessions. That
yeah.
7-foot frame, if there's anything I have to nitpick about, is Cat is so doofy. It's almost like he doesn't know his own body type. He doesn't know, he always flailing, just these fouls that he gives away. Even when he reaches out, like he'll jump for a rebound that's way out of reach, and when you land, you're taking a chance on being out of position and having to run back down court and play defense. These little things won't matter though at the end of a game, a last possession like that, 2 last possessions like that to close out a game. He's been in the Western Conference Finals. He had to guard Joker 1-on-1.
Right.
Them guys don't want to see us, the the Jokers of the world, and Beat is out for the year. Good luck to them. I ain't got nothing bad to say about that. But I think it's great to see that, man. It's great to see Tibbs in the flow. It's great to see us looking a little bit like last season. I can't front. This felt like last year a little bit, where Brunson's pulling in and just fighting, and everybody's just fighting for this win. We were down, like you said. We could have easily packed it up. Last time we played was 2 nights ago, and we've been taking some terrible losses, and now we just to see Brunson kick it up. Mikal Bridges is going to be up and down, but he didn't put his head down after John Morant scored on him the first time and got the and one. He made John Morant get to the basket, cross him up. Okay, you cross me up, and made him stretch out and take a really contested layup that went off the rim. I love that possession, and we've been real critical of Mikal Bridges, but he bothers John Morant, especially when John Morant only had 10 in the Garden. That first half to me was like, you disappearing again?
Right.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies start building around Triple J, bro.
Well,
If he takes a step up.
well. Before I respond to that, Cat and Josh Hart got to figure out a way to stay on the court. Some of the fouls that they commit are just ridiculous. So I worry about that as well. Cat and Josh Hart, the way they commit fouls at times doesn't make any sense. Them guys got to learn how to play some defense, and play with your feet and stop reaching so much. So that's one thing that drives me a little crazy with Cat and Josh Hart. But I've been told you, I don't think John Moran is happy there. Listen, man, it comes a time and point where it's like now you're watching. Remember, now OKC is what Memphis was supposed to be. Remember when everybody was so high on Memphis? The John Morant had them trouble. So now, first, John Morant, you're watching Ant-Man and SGA just take your whole shine. Of course, you had your situation. I'm glad you're back in the NBA and staying out of trouble because I don't wish that on anybody. But then now, the high praise that everybody had for the Memphis Grizzlies is out the window because now everybody's excited about SGA and OKC. And then now Luka goes to LA, AD in Dallas, Jimmy Butler in Golden State. And those are the stories. And now the Memphis Grizzlies is, as you say about Precious, the odd man's out. And I think they should. Now I may be a little, but I think they should build around Triple J and trade John Moran and get what you can for him.
This is that will be the reverse Cat Ant-Man situation with a superstar, or maybe it's the same thing with Triple J. Whoever, I don't even know. I forgot who came first to the league, but that's the reverse. Ja was the super duper star. Now you get rid of him to keep the big man.
Yeah. So but we can definitely talk about that one afternoon on a live. This is Knicks rehab, and we ain't gonna sit here and get them props. We got to give our Knicks some props. If I'm not mistaken, Patrick Ewing, was that yesterday or today? Where today or yesterday was the day that I think his jersey got retired.
Wait, and not in the Garden.
No. They just celebrated something for Patrick Ewing.
I
Damn, I
know.
forgot. Hit that like button, everybody. Yes, please share, like. Thank you, True and Living. Please, everybody, hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. Um, but you know, I like the direction that we're going now with Mitchell Robinson in the lineup, and I can't wait to see the starting five with Mitchell Robinson in that lineup alongside Cat, because I seen Cat alongside Rudy Gobert, and they were in the Western Conference Finals. So now the pressure that's going to be taken off Cat to where he got to worry about guarding the fives, protecting the rim. Now he can just be him. So I think that's going to take a load off of him, and that's going to help Tibbs out. Because I keep telling y'all, Tibbs is on the hot seat. Now, y'all, we don't look as bad defensively. Now Cat is not out there risking getting injured because he has to do so much. So I think tonight, is just a small sample size of how we're going to look in probably a month from now. And probably by the playoffs, Mitchell Robinson should be healthy, fully, and ready in NBA shape. And then now, I'm not worrying about nobody else but Cleveland and Boston. And if somebody said they ain't worrying about them, you'd have lost your mind. So now the Orlandos, the Indianas, the Detroits, the Milwaukee's, forget about it. Forget about it. How we look tonight, I ain't worrying about none of y'all. Like I said, as long as we keep playing it, I just want us to play the right style of basketball, Fabian. That's all I want. I want us to have an identity. Are we gonna go through Cat? Are we gonna let Brunson run the show and get everybody involved? And then hang our hat on tough defense and not giving up. So I just want us to play the right way. That's it. No more getting embarrassed. Uh, no more looking like we don't belong on the court. No more camp because tonight, even though that was a great win, we had some defensive laps. And like I said, I can't blame Mitch because he's just getting back. So of course, he's going to miss some assignments, and he went for every pump fake. Every time he went for a pump fake, I'm like, please don't fall and hurt yourself. But great win tonight, man. Especially on the road. Especially on the road. Great win.
Was that was it Tendrell? I know East Blue Drew was saying Anthony Mason, God bless the dead. The anniversary of his death. It's also the anniversary of the jersey retirement for Patrick Ewing, like you were saying, but it was an anniversary for it. So, that's always dope. Man, I don't. We always talk about it. It's just a lot easier for the Knicks to look like a professional ball club. And I know you hate hearing this, but it's when Tibbs got his guys. And I would think that's any coach that's already in their zone. I got my guys. I know how I'm going to play them. 1 through 10, do 10, a 10-man rotation all ball.
Yeah, yeah, but we have to be honest. That 10-man rotation is not going to always be a great 10-man rotation. Like I said, because campaign and shaman and pressures at times, they're going to be null and void. They ain't going to do shit. Remember, we've seen Shaman get cooked and fried up and couldn't make a shot. We see campaign come in sometimes and just goes off the reservation. And then we see times where pressures are true is like, what the hell? So I I get that it's great that we have that option. But no matter how many guys Tibbs have, that's his guys. We still gotta knock down shots and play great basketball. Because once again, going up against Cleveland and Boston, you gotta damn near be perfect, bro. You gotta damn near be perfect. I watched that first quarter with Boston. I thought the game was over. Boston couldn't miss a three. And then you see Cleveland come back. And what I said about Donovan Mitchell, I made a post about him months ago. Nobody want to put respect on that young man's name. 41 tonight, a big comeback win against Boston in Boston. Those two teams are the real deal this season. So we just need guys to knock down shots and play the right way. And I think we'll be fine.
Damn it. It feels like just when the Knicks got it rolling, that damn Donovan Mitchell got his eyes on the prize, baby, Papa. Jesus Christ, Donovan Mitchell, you son of a gun. Basketball season is heating up, and PrizePicks is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win or receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. Can't always just say, you know what I want to say? Baby Bubba, you in the mix, King Speech. Hey, is your birthday today or tomorrow or yesterday? I can't really tell when when I'm reading it off this thing. I'm going off the hinges right now. Alan, what's going on, baby? Spider closed Boston. Donovan Mitchell turns into Jordan when he plays the Celtics. He always kills them. Always kills them. Like Donovan Mitchell's been doing this for a couple years now against them damn Celtics. Even when they were just on the cusp, he's always going at them, even with or without Garland. I'm just glad they beat Boston tonight so we can catch up to them and maybe creep back into the second seed and show more vulnerability to them damn Boston Celtics who we don't even believe in. None of us believe in them. Very finesse.
But you know what? Boston, if I'm not mistaken, I know Porzingis didn't play. I don't think Drew Holiday played neither. But I think what's important for us is if we can get that 2 seed, because I think if we can get that 2 seed, we can duck Boston or Cleveland. Like we need one of them to take themselves out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
that's the important part about having a 3rd seed, because once you have home court advantage, it's easier to go play one of them and avoid the other one.
Right.
You don't, in your heart of hearts, you don't want to play both of them. You don't want to take you don't want to take that chance.
Listen, this is chess, not checkers. Big shout out my guy DJ Webstar here. Listen, he called me and that's what he told me. He said, "Too, we got to figure out a way to where you got to get them to knock each other out." But in all seriousness, tonight was a great win, man. Like I said, we definitely could have lost this game, but we didn't give up. And I got to give Brunson props. Hit that big 3. and then you make the right play, OG, for the game winner. When the last time we did something like that? That's what I'm saying. Usually it's Brunson at the top of the key, and he's either going to take the shot or it's going to get thrown out of bounds or it's going to be a turnover. When was the last time we actually made the right play where you dribble in the paint, the defense collapses, you kick out for the wide open 3-point shot, and boom,
But but
bang,
but
bang. You
back
get
up,
what I'm saying?
but back up a little before that. That play was drawn up.
Think so?
Of course.
I don't
That
know.
but that's the part to me that I'm a little bit like, I hate this mother lover, but he drew that play up. They drew that play up. Yo, if you got the lane, go drive it, go do your thing. If you get 2 or 3, that second, third guy on you, yo, somebody's open, Jalen. Somebody's open,
Yeah,
and he found the right guy.
yeah, but you got to remember, throughout the last couple seasons, he don't make that play. He tries to put up a shot, or that everybody knows that's a cardinal sin. From Pee Wee to the NBA, they always tell you if you jump past, that's the most dangerous pass. Usually he'll get stuck in the air and throw a turnover, or he'll try to put up a shot, create a foul, don't get the call, they get the rebound, game over. So to watch him, finally get it and utilize the guys. Big shout out Phil Jackson. Remember when he told Mike, "Yo, man, utilize them guys. Them guys can shoot." So Brunson has to utilize them guys, and once you give those guys confidence, they gonna fight for you, and they showed tonight. Brunson, play the right way, hold it down, and we ain't gonna give up on you. And we didn't do that, even though we got out rebounded. Memphis had how many second chance shots? Because we could have easily been blown out by 20. It was a time where, remember, John Moran couldn't make no 3-point shots. They was just giving the ball away. So for us to, not hang our head down, keep our head up, and continue to fight and come out with this win, listen, this is a big win because we got a tough stretch coming up. So, for us to be going on 2, 3, 4 game losing streaks is no good. Uh, but yeah, man, as long as Brunson can play like he played tonight, efficient, hit the big shots when we need you to, and make the big plays when we need you to. That's championship level type basketball. That's MVP type level basketball. That's all-star and superstar level type basketball when you make those type plays. That's why people praise and love LeBron, because he's going to make that play 10 times out of 10. And to me, that's what Brunson has to start realizing. Make the right play. And we live with the consequences. Simple and plain. Because a month ago, he wouldn't have made that pass. He'd have threw up a terrible shot, or he'd have created a turnover, and we'd have been sitting here cursing him out. So I'm hoping this can snowball, the way he plays basketball going down the stretch. We always going to need him to give us that 25-30, but make the right play. And listen, this is the result.
I think that phrase, "let the game come to you," it applies to mostly scorers in the NBA. Because the passers, the facilitators, they're always gonna make the game come to them and they're gonna bring the game to you. So for the scorers and the one-on-one guys, it's hard for them. But again, you already hit the nail, hit the head on the nail. Mitchell Robinson comes in, everybody's back in position. A little bit easier to let the game come to you. JR, shout out to you, my brother, for the 499. Great and exciting win tonight, y'all. Progress. We still the most fun team in the league to watch. Matthew
Thanks.
Carter. You over here sending Darlene roses? Wow. You all boy about to scrap it out on,
Yo,
on TV. You better
yo,
chill out.
yo, Matthew Carter, watch yourself, man. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Slow the hell down, Matthew. Slow your ass down. Hey, by the way. Oh, boy. We ain't touch on it yesterday or the day before. We got to touch on it, man. Everybody's saying, I don't want to call him King Kendrick. There's only one King Kendrick because he was whooping ass last year, whooping Drake's ass specifically. But there's another King Kendrick who tried to mosey on down into the Knicks fandom. He has something to say about our Kings on the Knicks, man. About Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and their roommates podcast. Let's see what you have to say, Kendrick.
Is not the only person that should be, taking a break from podcasting during the basketball season. I feel like Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart as well need to take a break, because if you're trying to go out there and honestly compete for an NBA championship, that should be your only goal. Anything else outside of that is a distraction, right? I wish I would have walked in the 2008 locker room talking about our podcasting through the season, or anybody else. It would have been smoke and furniture moving around there. So again, guys need to keep the main thing the main thing. And when you have an opportunity to win a championship, keep the main thing the main thing. Everything else can wait.
Okay, are you guys?
Wow.
Who was the first? Oh, no. Who was the first person to say guys should not have no podcast while they're in season playing the game?
You have said this.
Listen, listen. I salute Kendrick Perkins. Not because he's became, a Knicks fan, but he's telling the truth. He's 100% correct. What's the purpose of having a podcast during the season for, when the focus should be solely on the game of basketball and trying to win a championship? Podcast P, Draymond Green, Jalen Brunson, whoever should not be having a podcast. You should not be doing a podcast after a win or a loss. No, I totally agree with Kendrick Perkins. It is a distraction. And Podcast P, Paul George, proves it. It's a total distraction. People are going to make it seem like it's not, or like it's not a problem, a la Gilbert Arenas. Big shout out to him. But it is a distraction. And Kendrick Perkins is correct. Imagine 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you doing a podcast after we done lost by 30. Or we got a tough game coming up. I totally agree. And I love that he said it. Because once again, what's important right now? Winning basketball games or doing your podcast? Because that time that you're doing the podcast, you could be in the gym. Or rehabbing, getting more healthier. So I totally agree. I don't like it. And I think, when you're at your job, do your job. And then once your job is over, now you do your podcast. Or, when the season, on the off season, you do your podcast and shoot a whole bunch of content, and then you put them out. But you should not be doing no podcast during the season. I totally agree with Kendrick Perkins, and I'm glad he said it.
Oh, I totally disagree with y'all. I think even though this is like a Hollywood thing and it's part of the whole modern day era, I would think social media is just a distraction in general. Or it's the new media. I heard Stephen A. Smith, they get into the whole argument about the face of the league, and they were referring to the media and how social media is not real media. And it's like, you can't say that. Everybody got social media in the palm of their hand. Social media is media now. Point blank, period. And that's part of the attention now with the podcasting, where you go viral at any given second now. I mean, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, they're doing a good job with their thing. I don't really care for it, to be honest with you. If they're gonna stop for whatever reason, it's gonna be because it's not great. You guys are great on the basketball court. You ain't great at podcasting. Let's keep it 1,000. It takes all ball to me. You know how I say it. Fleet, you guys are superstars. Dime, superstars at this thing. Let the stars be the stars. But they were podcasting last year. It didn't get in the way. It didn't stop them from getting on that court and performing when it was time to. This year, I didn't see that being a distraction either. And they were addressing, going 0 for 7, trying to be as intimate as possible. Jalen Brunson's going the Derek G to Tom Brady route. He's not going to try to be controversial. Josh Hart seems to be more controversial on the court, but that seems to be their MO anyway. Is to try to avoid that type of rhetoric. And it takes a special kind of personality and a team. It seems like, let's say Jalen Brunson's team, Draymond Green's team, and the actual, managers and agents and stuff like that. They're really good at helping them out with this public relations thing. And on top of that, remember Draymond, for whatever reason, he got pulled over there in Golden State. We don't agree with him having that, but they got a real close knit thing going on over there where they can protect them. And we know the Knicks are going to protect Jalen Brunson. So Paul George's case, I think, is a different one. Bro, what the hell have you proven to be thinking you could get on that mic and talk anything? A lot of people like his podcast. I've never cared for it. And I think it looks crazy that you are a repetitive loser. And that, like, you have we believe in your talent way more than you do. And that's the problem, that the Draymond Greens and the Jalen Brunson of the world, they believe in themselves that much that I don't mind y'all doing a podcast and attempting to do that when we see y'all confidence seep through the TV in other ways. Paul George confidence ain't never been like that, to be on a podcast and think you could distract the team. If it is a distraction, I don't know. But I don't mind certain personalities doing their thing naturally.
Well, I mean, for me, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to, like, I'm not. I don't like it, but I'm definitely not. I'm not going to be the old man on the stoop. I see the comments. It's just my opinion. I just don't like it. But it's not the end of the world. I understand. But I'm saying, if you're going to do it, be good at it. People may think we trash, so I'm not saying we're better or worse than anybody. I'm not. I'm just saying, if you guys, anybody, if especially players that's currently playing, if you're going to do it, be informative. Break some things down and be good at it. Don't just do it just to do it. Because, to be honest, it's just like it got. So for me, it's all good. I'm not gonna spend 30 minutes complaining about their podcast. But I understand what Kendrick Perkins is saying, because he comes from that era. Like he said, I couldn't even imagine playing for the Celtics with Kevin Garnett and them guys. And let's say we just had a bad loss, and next thing you know, they see me on the podcast talking. So I get where he's coming from, and I totally agree. But it's a new day, it's the way of the world, and I understand. So it ain't no big deal as far as just being so upset at it. No, I just don't agree with it.
No, but again, that goes right into what I'm saying. If KG and him had a problem with that, and he knows he would have a problem with that, then he knows he has to deal with that. You can't do the podcast, bro. The team don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, how much of the game can you really break down? How much of the game should you really be breaking down if you want a podcast, bro? Keep that shit to yourself. I don't want you, Jalen Brunson. I don't want you spilling the beans about what your flaws are. No, don't tell nobody what you're scared of. None of that. Don't be too intimate. I want you to be Derek Jeter style as long as possible, man. Don't go crazy. Don't give in to the worldly shenanigans. You keep being, because he's come so far. His father, that whole family, with how they took over the damn Knicks organization, we ain't never expect that. So to see him do all this and take over the New York City piece by piece, it's dope.
Let me ask you a question before we get out of here in a bit. I'm seeing this Joel Embiid news, right?
Right.
What was the Knicks going to have to give up for Joel Embiid? Because all I keep hearing is a whole lot of draft picks. I'm not hearing no players. So this is why we still had Randall and DiVincenzo, right? What would we have had to give up for Joel Embiid?
I'm looking it up now. Once upon a time, Philly presumably could have extracted every draft pick that Knicks possessed before it splurged on trades for Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns. The Knicks were always the rival threat, and the Sixers officials knew it was waiting to pounce if Embiid ever reached the trade market. The Knicks were rumored to be willing to trade every single one of their draft picks for Joel Embiid before pivoting to Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns. I would think it's Julius Randle's involved, because the money. You can't just trade for Joel Embiid. That's the reason why we were able to, we had to give up Randall and DiVincenzo to go get Cat, and they're around the same price range before the extension. But I don't know if hindsight is 2020. You do bring that up for a reason. If we didn't have to give up much, what did you think about that trade if he was healthy or not?
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, y'all got to remember, this is him coming off an MVP season. See, people don't like the trade now because of what happened with Philly today, right? Which this is Philadelphia's fault. This is not Joel Embiid's fault. We got to start being honest. They took a chance on him. He was injured coming out of college. That's why he didn't play the first 2 years. They knew what they was getting. These organizations is rushing these players back. That's why what we did this season with Mitchell Robinson, teams need to take a page out of our book. We said we ain't gonna rush you back. We're gonna take our time. There ain't no pressure. You know what I mean? Like, nah. We ain't gonna let the fan base or the media pressure us in to playing these guys early while they still injured. A la Luka's still not fully healthy. Anthony Davis was injured when he got to Dallas. And they played them. They had out of maybe like they next 15 games, 13 of them is home. They didn't have to rush him back. So I'm saying that to say this. You telling me who would you rather have right now? Embiid or Cat and Mikal Bridges?
I mean, healthy. That's an easy Embiid.
So you see what, and that's where I'm going with it. See, one thing with me, man, I'm looking at it the real way. And I said this a year or so ago. I said Embiid want to come to the Knicks. I heard that through the grapevine through a real credible source. His thing was he didn't want to play for Tibbs. That's what I was hearing, right? But him coming off an MVP season, him damn near kicking our ass, injured, I'm taking Embiid. And people need to realize to get a superstar, you're gonna have to give up a lot. I don't like what do you guys think you supposed to have to give up for a player that caliber? And I say, Fabian, how many times do I say this? Us as Knicks fans, we convince ourselves day in and day out, we don't need a superstar. We don't need Donovan Mitchell. We don't need Giannis. Now we convinced ourselves we don't need Embiid. Okay. Listen, Embiid is having a rough season. I can't stand Philly. Let's get this correct. Let's get this correct. I love Philly's demise. I told y'all, everybody in Philly needs to sprain their Achilles tendon, except Wallow. I'm not a Joel Embiid fan, but his skill set when he's healthy, he's top 3 best player in the NBA. And for us to keep convincing ourselves that we don't need or want a top 3 player in the NBA, it blows my mind. It really does. It really does. It's mind-boggling now that everybody is saying, "Oh, well, we glad we ain't do this, we ain't do that." Yeah, because you see what happened this season with him in Philly. They rushed him back. He shouldn't have played. For one, you shouldn't have made you shouldn't have got Paul George. That was the first mistake. And the second mistake was rushing Joel Embiid back. Nah, sit down. We've been doing the process. What's another year gonna hurt?
Letting him play in the Olympics.
Exactly. So, but asking me, I'm making that deal for Joel Embiid because I think Joel Embiid in New York with Brunson, and OG, and then however else that roster would have filled out, it wouldn't have looked like Philly this season. Bet that.
Listen,
Hold on. JC24. Joel Embiid fully healthy is not top 3 best player in the NBA. He was just MVP. See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
oh boy. Let's dead this. Joel Embiid is the best player in the NBA when he's healthy and fully going. What y'all talking about? What if we talking about basketball? Not the antics. Forget everything y'all talking about. Forget everything you thinking of. AllBall knows me very well. I never cared for him. But when I seen him on his game, I said, nah, you can't. There's nothing you could do about him. If he's roided up, there's nothing you could do about him. Nothing. And that dirty mother lover, that's what I want on my team, AllBall. When I talk about an antagonist, Flea hates when I say that OG Anunoby's dirty. Bro, your best defensive players are usually dirty. That's just bottom line. And he's a pretty good defensive player. He gives it to Joker. Forget about trying to guard him with OG and throw Mitchell Robinson out there, calling the Wizard of Oz and all that. No, he gives it to Joker. The only problem is with the Joker, he don't go to Denver and play. The only problem is the weight thing. It's been around. That's been a rumor.
Yo, Hold on, real quick. People say that was too much to give up, but we give up 5 first rounders for Mikal Bridges. Like, we gotta make our mind up, bro.
Yeah, that which is a big mistake. Which is a big mistake. But they were willing to give up all that for Embiid. So let's like they were willing to do that.
Right.
But my thing is, at least I'm on the record of disagreeing with that whole thing to begin with. I don't know if I'm wrong about Cat. We still got to build a different way, and maybe we had to rebuild off of the iHeart thing. Cool, but Embiid, the writing was on the wall. That's like with the trading for Kawhi last year.
Listen,
it's there. We seen it in the Olympics. I'm like, yo, he doesn't look good. I don't know why he's there,
bro. When Toronto traded for Kawhi, nobody believed that, and look what happened.
Nobody believed what?
That Kawhi was gonna go over there and do all that.
I don't know about that.
Bro,
if it was us on live, we would have been talking about that.
No, I'm not saying
that team is really good, and they just added Kawhi Leonard.
Because my point is this: if we don't win a championship in the next 3 to 5 years, all this means nothing. So I think we would have a better chance at a championship with Joel Embiid than with Cat and Mikal Bridges. That's just from a basketball standpoint. I'm not mad we got Cat and Bridges. Those are guys. Look, Wakanda forever. I'm not, but I'm saying if we want to be realistic, Joel Embiid, I think, gives us better chance. I'm sorry. Now, I understand he's not healthy, but listen, if you telling me after Embiid was the MVP, we can get Embiid, and we ain't got to rush him back like the idiots in Philly, and let him get healthy, and let Brunson hold it down, because all you got to do now is get in the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I watched Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat all season be injured, and all Jimmy Butler say is, we just got to get in the playoffs. I don't care who we playing. So
it's easier. I'll give you that. It would have been a way better move and easier to talk me into Joel Embiid after the MVP season, even though I think Joker should have won that year and Embiid should have won the previous year, actually. But I still have always felt the same way about Embiid. I don't know how serious he is about getting on that basketball court, and that means the world to me right now. It's always meant the world to me. How serious are you guys about this game?
Nah, he shows he's serious. I mean, this season, he's playing injured and hobbled. He has the right to be like, nah, I'm not healthy. Bro, he's good. He tried to get out there. Like, even in the playoffs last season, bro, he gave us 50. It was probably 50% healthy. Like we have to start being honest. And to me, this is our problem as Knicks fans and the Knicks organization. When we have an opportunity to do something super major, we trick ourselves into not doing it, and we come up with every excuse in the book.
No, but we can't say that part is inaccurate because this new organization tried to get him. That's why the rumor's out there. They wanted him, but Philly was not going to take the trade. Apparently, allegedly.
Oh, okay. What I was seeing was we were going to make the trade, but we didn't do it. So it was on Philly, not on us.
The Knicks were once upon a time presumably could have extracted every draft pick possessed, but before it splurged onto Mikal Bridges, the Knicks were always the rival threat. The Sixers officials knew what was waiting to pounce if Embiid never reached the trade market. I don't see how. Was that Mark Stein reporting this? I ain't buying your subscription, Mark Stein. No disrespect, but I think it sounds like the Knicks tried to trade Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle for Cat on draft day. They spent the summer or part of the summer trying to figure out what to do next. They went and explored that Joel Embiid thing because he was talking about that 2 summers ago. And we had the footage of that. He was sitting somewhere in some conference. You were like, yo, check this out. Boom. And I was like, oh, hell no. So they knew about it. They was sitting down talking. That's why him and Brunson were talking like that in the playoffs last year. They were going back and forth. The Brunson was like, hey, watch yourself now. You might be on this team next year. What are you doing? And I think the Knicks were exploring it. I think they had to because they wanted to get the superstar here. The Knicks don't just want to win. That's what, at the end of the day, they're trying to fulfill the ultimate New York fantasy for the fans. Me and Flea thinking that we're purists, and you You want the superstar here every night. But the truth of the matter is, without the superstar, this game ain't fun. And Joel Embiid is nothing but that. He's nothing but that when he's on that court. And he's a WWF character. You know I would love that kind of guy at the Garden, AllBall. You know it.
We got to figure out as a fan base, what do we want? Do we want to compete for a championship, or do we want to keep being regular? Like, seriously, man. Like, we really have to figure that out. Like I said, I'm up here with guys that's telling me, if we had a chance to get Giannis, don't get him. What? Well, what are we talking about? Like, so as a fan base, we got to figure it out, because we watching superstars get, look, bruh, and I'm going to say it like this before we get out of here. Look at the teams that's being built around superstars. Look at OKC. Look at Cleveland. Look at Boston. Look at Denver. Look at the Lakers. Bro, these teams got 2, 3 superstars on it. What are we talking about? So y'all think we gonna continue to go out there and what? Nah, I don't want the 90s all over again. I don't want to cheer and yell for the second round, talk about, yo, we fought, we scrappy. No, nigga, I want to be in the finals. Boy, figure this shit out. Come on, man. For this shit turn to the 90s, where we gonna have 10 years getting to the playoffs and losing the second round? And keep saying, yeah, Tim's got us to the playoffs. Before that, we wasn't nothing. Let's get to the fucking final. Look, we don't need Giannis. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
But he did, surprisingly, he did bring that up. I want to go over there, but not with your mans. With your mans on the bench.
So if we're going to allow Tibbs to stop us from getting the players that can get us to the promised land, I'm not with none of that. I'm not with none of that.
Right. Real quick, couple seconds. Break that down. Don't you think that's a good sign for us? Like, yo, even though they get, because everyone's gonna say they gave him an extension, this, that, and the third. But this is a big superstar that they were gonna trade for, and basically said behind the scenes, nah, man, I ain't going over there because of him. Not 50% of the league. No. An MVP said, I ain't going over there. So if that is stopping Giannis from coming over here. Oh boy, this doesn't give you confidence. Like, yo, damn, maybe the Knicks might be listening to Joel anyway. It might be a blessing in disguise.
Listen, man. We have to, and I'm gonna say it again. That's a great question and a great point. We have to figure out what it is that we want. Do we want to win a championship? Yes or no? Because, like I said, if a player of that magnitude is going, I want to play for y'all. I don't want to play for him. Oh, that's simple. Okay. Tibbs, bye. Bye. We want championship, or we want playoff first, second round exits. What are we looking for? What are we looking for?
Monkey wrench. Do I want a player that dictates the coach? Who's going to coach our team? Yes. Magic changed his coach. They changed the coach for Michael Jordan. I doubt he changed it. Whatever. Kobe changed the coach. He ain't care. Who cares? Shaq changed the coach. Brought Pat Riley down from the crowd. Shall I continue? I'm gonna stop right there, old boy. Stop playing with me. Giannis.
No, hold on. Before we go,
crazy.
JC24 as a Tibbs hater, hell no, can't bend the knee to Embiid. What has Tom Thibodeau done? Listen, get us out of here, bro. Because I said this a while ago. What has Tom Thibodeau done to where his job is that secure to where we won't take a superstar over him? Are you kidding me? What has Tom Thibodeau did? What?
Yeah, I don't.
Bro, and this is why us as Knicks fans, and I love everybody in the chat, soul family, but this is why we are who we are, and this is why we'll never get to the promised land. Simple and plain. This is exactly why. It's a saying that they say, you don't play to win, you play not to lose. That's what we do as an organization. We are scared to make that move. So we just play not to lose. Good night, Tory B. Yeah, we about to say good night to everybody. But until we understand what the game is today and how it's being played from a business standpoint and a basketball standpoint, the Lakers just traded for Luka Doncic. Are y'all telling me if we had a chance to get Luka, we wouldn't get him because of Tom Thibodeau? Fabian, that's what they telling us. Nah, we don't want Luka. If Luka say, I don't want to play for Tibbs, what are we going to say? All right, Luka, to forget you. We keeping our guy. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's not happening in 2025. Luka Doncic is 24, 25 years old, y'all. Stop playing games. Y'all can make the excuses with Embiid with the injuries. Giannis is old, yeah, okay. Trade Mitchell Robinson, OG, for Giannis, big dog. Listen, I don't know if I'm contradicting myself from the other day, but fuck it. You got to go after Giannis. Giannis is crazy. At the Garden, again, another wrestler. Ah, man, stop playing over here, man. Like, yo, King Speech, calm down.
Man, get us out. Get us out.
Posted that up there, man. What's wrong with you, King Speech? Get
your suckers.
Oh, boy, great win. Great
Big
win.
See y'all. What's up? What is Sunday?
Is it?
Yeah, I think we got Miami Sunday. Then we home Tuesday against Golden State.
Damn. Yo, Dave, y'all mentioned went to Miami. He's shooting 47% from three now.
Listen, these next two, listen. We got Steph Curry coming into the Garden Tuesday. You see what he just did last night, 56. And all I'm going to say is this. If Golden State get the playoffs and get a healthy Kuminga, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
See y'all Sunday. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.